Have you ever wondered how the world's two largest religions, Islam and Christianity, have historically viewed the status of women? Let's take a quick look at their foundational teachings and how they've evolved. In the early days of Islam, the teachings brought by Prophet Muhammad introduced revolutionary rights for women in 7th century Arabia. For the first time in that region, women were explicitly granted significant economic rights, including the right to own, inherit, and manage their own property and wealth independently, a concept that was far ahead of its time. This was a radical departure from pre-Islamic customs. Furthermore, in matters of marriage, Islam established that a woman's consent was an essential requirement, making forced marriages invalid. The faith also provided women with the pathway to initiate divorce, known as khul, giving them agency in their marital lives. These foundational principles aimed to elevate women from being mere property to being individuals with distinct legal and economic identities. Today, these rights continue to empower Muslim women across the globe, allowing them to participate fully in society as educated professionals, entrepreneurs, and leaders, reflecting a legacy of empowerment rooted deep within the Scripture. In contrast, early Christian teachings, while also revolutionary in their social context, presented a more complex picture regarding the status of women. The theological concept of original sin, stemming from the story of Eve in the Garden of Eden, often placed women in a secondary role, seen as the catalyst for humanity's fall from grace. This interpretation influenced cultural attitudes for centuries. Biblical passages, such as 1 Corinthians 14:34, were historically interpreted to restrict women's roles within the church, instructing them to remain silent during services and not to hold positions of authority over men. This created a framework where women's public and spiritual voices were often limited within the formal structures of the church. However, over time, interpretations have evolved dramatically. Many Christian denominations now actively challenge these older readings, ordain female ministers, and champion the equality of women in all aspects of life, celebrating their contributions and leadership. Modern Christian women are active participants and leaders in their communities, reflecting a dynamic faith that continues to reinterpret its traditions in light of contemporary values of equality and justice. Ultimately, when we look at the modern world, it's clear that the journey for women in both faiths has been complex. The lived realities of Muslim and Christian women today are incredibly diverse, shaped not just by Scripture, but by centuries of cultural interpretation, social reform, and personal conviction. Both traditions possess teachings that can be used to either restrict